you vote, demand, do.
Protection of the vote is the most important.
I am Makantora na Richard.
We appeal to citizens to cast.
What's trending? Why is it trending? Guess why? Who is involved? What does it all mean? What's trending? Uganda's national conversation has reached a boiling point. In just a few days, headline election statements, prayers for jailed opposition leaders, shocking accounts of Ugandans recruited into Russia's war, and President Museveni's generational rebuke of the youth have collided, triggering outrage, reflection, and fear across social media and villages alike. Why is it trending? Because many Ugandans now feel the dots are connecting. Power, elections, repression, poverty, and the export of desperate youth are no longer isolated stories. Vote and go home. A prequel, not an accident. Who said it? Mr. Yiga Kisakiamukama, Special Presidential Assistant on Service Delivery and Monitoring. What he said: vote and go home. Don't even think on a single day that Justice Simon Byabakama will announce Bobi Wine as the winner. Never think that President Museveni will leave power by voting.
If we don't have mandate to remain at the polling station, you'll be there like a dormant people. Vote and go home. You will not count the votes. You will not see even the votes you are going to count. Their machines are going to count the votes. So what are you going to be keeping? I saw some old woman, even some old man. For us, we shall vote and remain there and vote. What are you going to protect? At the talent center, we shall only allow two people, the candidate and the other two people. The rest will be out. So what are you going to be doing? Don't expect, don't even think a day that Byabakama will announce Bobi Wine. President Museveni, who's on the chair, will still remain in the chair. Never think on that day that Museveni will leave this power by voting. No. Don't waste our time. Just go and vote and count what you know. We still want President Museveni. He has done nothing in this country, but a lot he has done. He's going to be the president, believe me or not. So this time we are very sure President Museveni will become the president. And actually voting, if you can't take me away, the such I'm coming to the DNA. What about the president? If you are still crying for Museveni, Jonam is coming also. After Museveni, Jonam is coming. Are you going to kill each other? You shout and shout, whoa, 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 whoa.
New context. Why this statement matters. This statement is now widely viewed as a prequel to earlier remarks and poster by Dr. Felix Bosisori.
Have been inciting you, vote, demand, do what? You people. You have been here. These politicians have been here. You have been voting for them. Is there any difference you have got? Why should you go on the street and you start fighting? Either you get a bullet, either you get tear gas. You are fighting for somebody so that he gets food on the table. Yes, you have a constitutional right of voting. Go vote and go back home.
And CDF Mozi Kainerugaba, both of whom have previously made comments interpreted by the public as downplaying electoral change and legitimizing force over the ballot.
We appeal to citizens to cast their votes peacefully and go home, not to hang around the polling stations. The vote counting and tallying process will be transparent and is done in the open. Each individual candidate's agents will be present, and these include presidential, the directly elected MPs, and women MPs. That is on the 15th of January, 1 month from now, 1 month from today. Local and international election observers will also be present, and so will the media. So there is no need for people to hang around saying they are protecting votes. The process is transparent, and all these measures are in place to make sure that that transparency is clear for all to see. Therefore, there will be enough scrutiny to ensure that the election process is transparent, free and fair, and above all, credible. Those who try to cause trouble, as I've heard some people proclaim, will be dealt with swiftly and with all the tools at our disposal and in accordance with the law.
Guess why Ugandans are alarmed? Because when senior regime voices speak in the same tone, it no longer sounds like opinion, it sounds like policy. Prayers in Kasangati. Besigye supports the struggle from prison. Prayers were held at Dr. Kizza Besigye's home in Kasangati for him and other political prisoners. The gathering was attended by His Excellency Bobi Wine, families of political detainees, religious leaders, and supporters, and hosted by Honorable Winnie Byanyima. Key update now confirmed. Despite being in prison, Dr. Kizza Besigye sent a financial contribution to support Bobi Wine through the final days of the campaign. The money was delivered by his wife, Honorable Winnie Byanyima, during the prayers.
Sooner or later, Ugandans will take charge of their destiny and rebuild their country in a way that ensures equal opportunity for everyone. Long live Dr. Kizza Besigye. We stand with you.
Thank you so much.
Said, while he's in prison, he's not earning anything, he's not working, but that he has friends, and among his friends, he fundraises. So he said, go and get this amount of money from somewhere and give it to him to pay for the last push, to fight. The little contribution he sent to you from jail, wishes you to succeed, although he knows what your alphabet is.
May I immediately see what Chairman of fundraising? Thank you so much.
Father Deus Dedi Sekanda, a priest, Father told us, a priest, a person who is ordained a priest, the priesthood is sacred. That man to be in jail now, whatever the crime, they can't give him bail, and he goes to his parish and answers their stupid case from his parish. They don't have any respect for a man of God. I want Museveni to know that he's touched one of us, he's touched all of us. All of us. This is deep. I find it unacceptable that somebody whom I respect as a priest, that they just take him and throw him in a jail and wait and take their time to find stupid charges, and we've come too far now. And I want to say to Ugandans, media, if you are here, report this, that I said to Museveni, you've touched Father Sekabira, you've touched all of us. And we should show him in the ballot box that we reject that. He has no respect, no fear of God, nothing left anymore. I'm angry, you can see. So, to you all, thank you. Let us stand together. We are going to fight this and we are going to end this. It will end. It will end. No question. With that, I want to say thank you all, especially those who have been in prison, to visit the prisoners, to visit my husband. Whenever I go to see him, I look in the book, I see so many names of people who have come to see him that day. So thank you. Thank you very much. Keep him in your prayers, and we keep all of our people in the prayers. Protection of the vote is the most important thing. I want to call all other opposition parties. Bring out your people to protect the vote. Put your people to protect the presidential candidate who is winning. That is him. Bring your PFF people. If whoever should come to protect the vote of the candidate who represents opposition today, and that's Robert Chagulanyi. So come, offer your people, and let them be there to guard the vote. We have to fight for it. He'll steal it, but we must be at the box and fight. And came down via the east, went up west. I saw that your message has been one of unity, and it has sunk. I see that you have reached many parts of Uganda, and you have a strong following in many parts of Uganda, wherever I went. But I saw the intimidation and the fear. I want to thank you, Robert Chagulanyi. You have disarmed that man who thinks he's so powerful, Museveni. Disarmed him. You've taken the flag and said, don't carry my picture, carry the Uganda flag. We are one behind the flag. And what does the dictator say? No, don't touch the flag. Hey, I thought he was a patriot. The patriot telling people don't touch the flag. The patriot going to the printeries to close them, not to print more flags. How can you be a patriot who's burning people's flags, who's arresting people with the flag? You have delegitimized him thoroughly. You have taken the weapon out of his hand. He says he's a patriot, now he's fighting the flag. So let's all unite behind the flag. I want to repeat, Chagulanyi, to you, Robert Chagulanyi. I liked when you said protest vote. This is a stand. You take a stand against a dictator, a brutal, forceful dictator. We are taking a stand. And in that, we all must stand together as Ugandans. That is the only way we will be able to get even others outside Uganda, in Kenya, where to be with us as one, as Ugandans taking one stand. Let's not make this a contest of Chagulanyi and Museveni. It's Ugandans against Museveni and his family. Yes, we take a stand behind the flag. I repeat the words of Lord Mayor. Let us do that. And let's do it now. Let's start now. Today, let's start planning for that day when he will declare himself the winner, having deployed the army all over the country to keep us away from the streets. What will we do together? What will we say together? We must not stand one in one corner saying one thing, another one in another corner saying another. We must speak with one voice and reject his stolen victory. That's where he's going. We can see it. He's going to steal it. But let's be ready for that day he comes to steal it. And mobilize the whole country against his declaration. That is what I want to say.
Why this shook the nation? A political prisoner still funding resistance. A wife carrying a jail husband's political voice. Proof that imprisonment has not broken opposition resolve. Bobi Wine told the gathering, "In unity we shall overcome every obstacle on our path to freedom." We shall overcome. Winnie Byanyima speaks for the silence. Honorable Winnie Byanyima described the moment as deeply moving, standing with families whose loved ones were violently abducted, disappeared, or indefinitely imprisoned. She thanked Bobi Wine, Bobby Itungo, and David Rubongoya for what she called holding hands in resistance to state-sponsored violence and impunity, concluding with a message that quickly went viral. We shall overcome. Why it trended? Because it reframed Uganda's crisis as politics, as not politics, but as human suffering. Ugandans in the Russia-Ukraine war, modern slavery, a disturbing video shared by Special Caution Cat shows African mercenaries recruited to fight for Russia. A Russian soldier filmed them, is heard calling them disposables.
О, глянь, сколько одноразочек. Еще и поют. Радостные. Ничего, сейчас на залив пойдут. По-другому запоют.
Even more shocking, Akan Torana's story. A Ugandan identified as Akan Torana revealed that he was approached by a recruiter who promised civilian jobs in Russia as a supermarket worker, factory employee, or airport security guard. Instead, he was transported to a forest location, detained in what he was told was an underground Russian military facility, forced into a war zone.
I am Makantorana Richard. I was born 1982. I am a Ugandan. I have 2 daughters and my wife. I used to work as a cleaner in a supermarket, sometimes as a border cyclist. In the supermarket, they pay me, they only give me 50 per month. Somebody phoned me on the street and said there are some jobs in Russia, jobs to work in the supermarket, jobs to work in the factory, jobs to work as a security guard at the airport, jobs to be a cleaner, and they are waiting good paying jobs. Then I said, okay, I get it from the bank in a circle. We are only 4. I didn't know that we are going to Brashka. Me, I knew we are going to the supermarket. And they said, you have entered here, but sorry guys, you are joining Russian what? Military. Then we told them that, no, this is not what brought us here. They said, there's nothing we can do. You can't cross the gate. The gate is locked. He put us on a gun point and he said, you sign these papers. He said, you have to sign on a gun point. And they drove us and they put us in a place which was dark and in the forest. And they were telling us this is the Russian army. The underground was horrible. It was a bad place because there were bed bugs and bed bugs were biting us. And in the ground, just eat biscuits and water. My escape, I escaped at dark. Yeah, I ran. Then I reached where they are. Then I said, help me, please. I am innocent, help me. Then they stopped. They said, turn around. But they were using signs. Then I turned around. They said, where are you coming from? I said, I have escaped. This is the Ukrainian army. Feel okay, you are in safe hands now. Don't worry. To my fellow Africans, wherever you are, I warn you, and I'm telling you the truth. Don't fall in the trap. They are promising you well-paying jobs in Russia. You are going to land in the army. It's a lie. They are lying. They don't tell the truth. Imagine on the battle. Imagine to die for nothing. It's better you stay in Africa. It's better you stay with your people. It's better you stay with your children. Don't come. Don't be deceived.
Question trending online. Is this modern slavery? Winnie Byanyima reacted. Poverty and hopelessness have pushed young Ugandans into the dangerous and dehumanizing gamble. The NRM government must act to bring our sons back home. Acholi Pro Evo TV observed in another clip, one Ugandan combatant is heard saying, Kawedemu, it is finished. A chilling reflection of despair far from home. Museveni, youth now choose vibe over sovereignty. Reacting to the situation of young people, President Museveni said, when I was 22 or 23, we used to fight for Uganda and Africa. Now young people focus more on vibe than on sovereignty.
Your age, 20, 22, 24, 20, that's when we were fighting for Uganda, for Africa. But when I see you young people now, they say for you are for, what do they call it? Vibe. Vibe means excitement. Then I say these people, Nyamayaro. Nyamayaro is a Banyankole word, meaning you are meat for death. Nyamayorfu. Because if you can't be able to defend your country, and you are just there in pleasure and vibe, they will come and take your country from you.
Why this sparked debate? Are youths carefree or economically trapped? Is vibe the problem or lack of opportunity? If sovereignty matters, why are youths exported to foreign wars without the government intervening? Museveni to no defectors, help me expose corruption. Addressing former NOP members who crossed to know NRM, President Museveni urged them to help expose leaders allegedly stealing parish development model, that's PDM funds.
Babiba, kati tukwatagane tubagobe.
Why Ugandans are suspicious? If corruption is known, why only act now? Are defectors becoming reformers or political shields? Is this accountability or image management? The big question trending across Uganda: if elections are dismissed, opposition leaders jailed, youth trafficked into wars, and defectors rewarded, is Uganda facing a political crisis or moral crisis, or both? Chole Pro Evo TV, we don't just report what's trending, we ask why. Uganda is talking. What do you think is really going on?